Good afternoon, participants. The presentation today will focus on two subject areas. That is in regards to corporate income tax, for the extension to file a tax return, and also for the extension to pay outstanding taxes. I think this will be prevalent when this particular system is live, because of the current pandemic that we are going. So most companies and entities might be facing hiccups in terms of filing of their returns, and likewise for their payment of the outstanding taxes. So I'll take you through an overview and also the legal authority that taxpayers can employ in order to take advantage of what has been offered in the law. First is extension to file a tax return under Section 5 of the Tax Administration Act. Before a tax return is due, the taxpayers are allowed to request for an extension based on the reasons that they will articulate in their request. So that can be done in the system when it is on live, when you want to request for an extension to file a tax return. Likewise, for the payment of the outstanding taxes, it is under Section 25 of the Administration Act, where you can request for an extension of if there can be an installment or payment arrangement that can be agreed upon with CEO. As you all know, when self-assessment kicks in, the return is due when the when the return is due. For instance, if your company, your financial year ends on 31st December, it is due on or before 31st March of the next accounting period. For instance, if you lodge a return on 31st January, in that particular period, the payment is due on 31st March. But if you lodge the return on 25th March, the payment is due on 31st March. So you can request based on the circumstances that you are undergoing, you can request for an extension, and it will be upon the CEO to make a decision upon your request. So now I'll take you through a live demo on the system. First of all, I will take you through to for the extension to file tax return. So you need to put in your ID, then your password. Then after that, you click on login. Then you'll need to go to the tile where because this is a taxpayer request, you'll need to go to request. If you're requesting for an extension to file a return, then you'll go to extension. Then you'll go to request for extension, for filing extension. Then you'll need to go through the instructions. When you understand what the instructions are, when you agree with the instructions, then you place a tick that you declare that you have read and understood what the instructions I have articulated. Then you need to select, since you are requesting for an extension to your corporate income tax return for the company, then you need to select on income tax. Then the business type, it is a Form C, corporate income tax. Then the fiscal year, we'll just take for example, is 2019. So your due date is 30th September 2020. So if you if you are unable to meet the deadline, you will need to articulate the reasons. Reasons we've mentioned: the unforeseen circumstances, natural disaster, demise of one of the directors or family members of the employees that are involved in the preparation of returns. They can click on that. Then you need to attach make the attachment. So you need to, so as to validate the reasons that you articulated, that there is a demise in one of the family members of one of the directors or family members. Then you need to attach that evidence. Then after attaching the evidence, then you need to mention further details to complement what you mentioned as the reason for extension. You can type in. And you can save it again. Then you continue to the next stage. Then you put your TIN, that you are the person that is lodging on behalf of the company. Then you can state so you must ensure that the TIN is correct so that you can complement what you state. Then when all the details are in order, then you just need to declare that it's okay, save it again, then you submit. Then this is a confirmation that your request has been received by FRCS, and there's a reference number that is quoted on this. That is what you will use when you want to inquire with FRCS on the progress of your request. Now I'll move to the extension for the payment of your outstanding taxes. You'll need to follow the same process. So you need to log in your ID, then your password. So in this instance, there is a tax liability in place, and you're requesting FRCS if they can allow you for terms of repayment, if they can extend the terms of repayment of your outstanding taxes. Then you need to click on the extension. Then on the tab of request for extension of time to pay, then you need to click on that again. Then it will show you the return that have outstanding taxes. Then you need to click on that. Yeah, so then you will need to request for how many days you intend to pay off the outstanding tax, whether it's 7, 14, or 30 days. So we'll just select 14. Then you need to outline the reasons. The reasons there'll be certain tabs that you can select from, but you must bear in mind that you will need to provide evidence on the reason. So I'll select medical reason. So you need to type in the medical reasons. So you can mention the medical checkup of one of the directors. overseas, then you need to attach the evidence. So it's crucial that you need to attach the evidence on the reasons that you articulated to FRCS. Without the evidence, that will not be allowed. It might not allow you to progress further with your request. Then you need to save. Then you need to go to the next step. So you need to put again your TIN. And you put in your designation in the company that is making the request. You will just select the accountant. Then if all things are in order, just tick it off, save again, then submit to FRCS. So when it is successfully submitted, you'll be given again another reference number that can allow you to inquire further with FRCS the progress of your request. So I think I'll hand you over again to Wilmoni Nelote to continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chachibaka, on the presentation and on the question and answer session. Well, I want to thank the participants for going through with us the two TPOS processes. And I will give it over to Mr. Rajnesh Lal, who will take us through the question that is coming in there.
Thank you, Billy. We see that there is a question regarding where tax agents can file in for an extension in the end process again. So currently what we are discussing with you is what the taxpayer will do from his end. For these tax agents, this option will also be there. And in future, there will be another webinar for tax agents where they will be able to do this. This they will be able to put in for all their clients that they want extension. So this webinar, we are just focusing on where the taxpayer himself wants to get for an extension. I think that there is no other questions left to be answered. I'll pass it back to Billy.
Yeah, thanks once again, Mr. Rajnesh Lal. As you see, if you have any questions while I'm closing the session, please just send it through the chat. The webinar video will be available within 2 weeks after this webinar, together with the questions and answers. So it will be available to the participants. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for your participation this afternoon. We have noted all your questions and input, and the team will endeavor to address this with you. We may be contacting you individually on the issues you have brought up. Before we end, we would like to ask all the participants today to please spare a few minutes and go to the SurveyMonkey link shown on the screen and fill in the feedback survey. Your feedback is important and will help us improve. I'll leave the screen on for a few minutes so that you can note down or screenshot the link before we end the meeting.